There's so many wonderful ways to take somewhere. It's such a timely song.
My name is Teresa Riccardi. I am proudly the theater and choir director at High Point.
It is Riccardi Rewind.
Hi there, Mr. Riccardi. Nathan Stillings here, High Point class of 2016.
Greg Mormon here, class of 2002.
This is Teresa Westling. I graduated in 2015.
Nicholas Muir here, class of 2018.
Hi, I'm Ricky Davies, class of 2019.
Justine Doherty, class of 2010.
Amanda Stillings, class of 2012.
This is Henry, class of 2019. Hi, this is Matthew, class of 2017.
Hi, my name is Leah Klimas, I'm class of 2027.
Caroline Reese, class of 2020.
This is Lauren Morris.
This is Erin McCormick.
Hi, this is Kenzie Pickup.
It's Matt Peters.
It's Alex Sasha.
It's Louis Perez.
My name is Felicity Schmidt.
This is Tiffany, former D'Angelo.
My name is Lauren Reese.
I'm Calvin Ottens.
I'm Trinity Ottens.
My name is Noelle Wolf.
It's Hannah Ranzan.
My name is Samantha Van Dyke.
Michael Mina here.
It's Gabby.
It's me, Sam Morrison.
It's Ryan Geiger and Gina Mobilio.
First of all, I can't believe that I'm making this video. Like, it just kind of feels insane.
I think you know how much of an impact you've had on so many of us, but I'm glad we all get a chance to let you know.
So, Mr. Riccardi, when I found out you were retiring, I was just like, that doesn't make any sense. My brain, like, broke. I was just like, I don't get it. That doesn't... Is something going on? Like, I thought you had at least 30 more. I thought you were going to do it until you were 80 in like a wheelchair.
I've been thinking a lot about what to say that even begin to express how much your presence and your guidance meant to me.
Because of you, I ended up being viciously assaulted by the theater bug.
Some of the most rewarding musical experiences of my life.
From my 4 years of high school to the people before me's 4 years.
When I was a middle schooler, I was so excited to be a part of the High Point Regional High School music program, particularly the theater program.
When I was younger, I remember watching the choir and I would just think to myself, oh my God, I want to be just like them. I can't wait to do that when I'm older.
I may have not been the best dancer, or the best singer, or the best actor, but you put a level of confidence into everyone.
And I didn't realize until much later how much of a professional standard you held us to.
To life, l'chaim, to life.
I want to just quickly go through some of our favorite memories with Riccardi.
And a lot of laughs along the way.
You had to deal with some crazy theater and choir kids, and I say that because I was one.
My infamous mustache malfunction from Damn Yankees.
The one that stands out most in my mind when I think back to my time was nearly getting crushed to death by lights during Cinderella.
Bye Bye Birdie was so much fun. To this day, that's one of my favorite shows I've ever done.
I ended up calling Ms. Riccardi mom, and it kind of just stuck.
I remember 42nd Street tap dancing. I think my feet filed a formal complaint during that time.
I didn't make it through a single chamber choir trip without crying because there was always such a beautiful musical moment.
We could not stop laughing on that trip to Washington, D.C. for Anne Frank.
Everyday choir class was a lot of fun, whether you were reprimanding Adam Carson or Kyle Head or just Bobby Texel being a nutcase. I love you, Bobby.
All the times you told me to take these friggin' beanies off, I am so sorry that I just kept putting them back on.
We're gonna do silly things when we go out on stage. It's a rehearsal. And I put down my fly and I put toilet paper on my shoe. Mr. Riccardi is talking like just normal, smiling. And then all of a sudden she says, and where's Ryan Geiger? And I think she's gonna say I did something great as Mr. Bratt. I think she's gonna say a quick note. And she snaps from smile to dead, locked in eyes into me, and she says, if you ever walk out on stage with your fly down or anything on your shoe again and make a mockery of my theater, you will never step foot on this stage again. And then snaps right back into like a note about lights.
Watching everybody do their thing up there. Oh, this is kind of cool. Like, yeah, next year maybe I'll take some acting lessons or something, and I'll hone my craft, and I'll come back and I'll knock it out of the park next year. And just as we're starting to wrap up and the last few people are going, I think I'm looking down at the pack or whatever, and I just hear, Matthew, why don't you get up there? And I remember everything kind of slowed down for a moment, and I looked over my shoulders, really praying that there was somebody named Matthew sitting directly behind me that you could see through my head, and there wasn't. And I don't know, it was as if I was possessed by some sort of theater demon.
You know, I was a little surprised when you made me sign a contract that I would dye my hair red.
She would say to be early is to be on time, and to be on time is to be late. And I always think about that.
My youngest son, who's 9 years old now, on a travel soccer team, literally the entire field can hear me project across the entire field screaming, energy, energy.
What I didn't know at the time was how much we were being prepared for life in a lot of ways.
Yep. Hey guys, when you back up, it doesn't have to be like, no. Okay? It could be like, oh, what's that? What's going on? Did you hear somebody singing?
The older I get, the more I appreciate what the Wrath of Riccardi meant, you know?
Yeah. Do a chorus line.
We do upstage and downstage in Theater 1.
Yeah.
What are we doing? Are you taking my...
You didn't sugarcoat things. You were very direct. You were honest with us. You were tough when you had to be. Trust me, we remember those times too.
We were glad you did, because sometimes you don't know what you're capable of until you are really pushed hard and challenged, which is what you did.
I loved how much you pushed us and helped us see that, you know, we owe it to all of ourselves to go all out.
She always made sure that we were never going to settle.
I look back at your time as both a choral director and a theater teacher, and I'm very grateful for the fact that you showed an ability to blend a standard of excellence and a high level of expectation from your students with a levity and passion and goofiness and silliness sometimes, and just genuine care for what you're doing.
We were doing music that we would think was so challenging, but then we still did it, and we felt good, and she knew that end result. She knew that we would get there, and she knew that we would be great.
I think not only did you inspire me to become a better student, a better performer during my time at High Point, but I think you've inspired me to just get better and better as a person.
You gave us more than direction. You gave us trust. You believed in our instincts.
There was definitely an entire level of life skills that you've may or may not have realized that you've taught.
The big thing she taught me that I've taken away is that just breathe, to take in those moments, especially when it's auditions or callbacks.
I quoted this show in my own wedding program, Our Town. There was a lovely quote about love in there, but this one kind of rings true for this. Do any human beings ever realize life while they live it? Every minute. You helped us slow down and appreciate the process. We had long rehearsals, we had messy tech weeks, but we also had little moments backstage and big moments on stage.
That gift of letting us discover things ourselves, of teaching us to trust our voices, our bodies, our timing, that's rare.
We have theater and choir director Teresa Riccardi, who leads us all through a 12-week process unlike anything else in the school.
It was difficult to face some of those fears, but you gave constructive criticism, but also you helped us to grow.
She was always there for me through all of it and never let me forget how appreciated I was in the department.
We all know that feeling. You took a chance on us, you believed in us, you made us feel like we were special.
In the matter of seconds, she was able to ease my stress from a 10 to a 2. She always knows what to say to benefit someone in the most respectful way.
The greatest gift that you gave me and to all of your students is the gift of the arts during a pivotal time from childhood to young adulthood.
You've touched the lives of so many people musically, in the theater department, with Chambers, with the musical.
I think all the gifts and potential that I was capable of was all thanks to you.
You saw more in me than I saw in myself. I saw you do that with all of your students.
The impact you had on your kids, myself included, you can never, put a price tag on.
Just like earlier this year, I had a dream about somehow making it to Tech Week without having memorized any of my lines. But obviously that could never happen in real life because you wouldn't have allowed that.
No, we're not talking about like a handful of students. We're talking about hundreds, generations of children.
You have touched so many lives and changed so many lives as well.
You have been a big catapult for me as to why I started my theater career.
I tell people this all the time, so it's about time I said it to you. I knew within a week of first meeting you that I wanted to do what you did.
I was like, people need that. Students need that. They need a teacher like Mr. Cardy, and I wanted to do that for others.
I went into film because of the theater with you.
I'm a reporter now, telling stories every day because of you.
Ended up studying expressive arts therapy.
Today I'm, presenting into giant groups of people for tech companies.
It's something that I take away as a true lesson and testimony to your excellence as an educator, and that I have forever been shaped by.
It's just been such a privilege to work with you as a colleague now, but just having you as my teacher and then getting to work with you after that has just been so amazing.
I know this now as I've started teaching these past few years privately, just how special the way that you teach your students are, your ability to just find that zone of proximal growth where you're pushing somebody hard enough where they feel challenged, but not so hard that they feel discouraged. I think, looking back, you're a master at that.
You're the gold standard to which I've compared all of my music teachers in university.
You have created a standard of musicianship in my head and in my life now that is pretty hard to beat.
Wonderful feeling. You poured your heart into everything, and you taught us how to do the same, and you taught me the importance of having a passion for something.
It does matter that you love what you do.
To know how much art that she gave us and like how much extra she gave her students.
You pushed us, and you got the best result out of us every time.
Your door was always open. Again, I know we were always there. Sorry.
At the end of a show, whenever we'd bow, you taught us, did I tie my shoes? Yes, I tied my shoes. And now it's your moment for exactly that.
I just can't begin to tell you how lucky I feel to have had you as my acting teacher and as my director.
You believed at what that student would become.
I think in another world, I could have gone into a bad crowd. I could have made a lot worse of decisions, and I could still be living with those decisions that I made to this day. But instead, I was in a world where I had theater practice after school every day.
Most days I found myself only wanting to go to school for her theater class and for rehearsals after school.
To think of all of the teachers I could have had in life and that I had you brings me so much joy. I feel lucky.
And she cares about us so much more beyond the classroom walls and beyond our time at High Point.
Thank you for everything, for your dedication, your passion, your belief in your students, and the joy you brought to every note and every scene.
I wanted to say thank you for calling me up and out of my comfort zone.
Thank you for your energy that has gone through generations.
For that opportunity, not only to get to sing, but one, to do it as brothers, and then two, on top of that, the opportunity to participate and be a part of something bigger than ourselves.
Without you, I would not be doing what I'm doing.
I think that every positive thing that I've learned about myself, everything that I've learned to love about myself, has come from your direction.
Without ever saying the words out loud, you just showed us. Every rehearsal, every production, every quiet moment backstage.
I love watching the look on their face when they come off the stage every time. Not always back there, but when I am, it's the greatest picture to see that sense of success and the feeling that they accomplished something and that they affected so many people out there with their talents.
So the point is, you may not remember us, and you're not going to remember every student, but you're incredibly memorable because your ambition and your passion for the theater is undeniable, unmistakable, and every day you came and worked your ass off from 7 in the morning till 9 o'clock at night.
We knew once we walked through those doors that it was go time. There was no messing around, and we had a job to do.
Thank you for the home that you gave so many of us when we didn't know where to turn to.
Looks like a little closet door, but it held a lot of love and acceptance, and you were at the head of that.
The theater was more than a stage. It was home. And that was because of you. You made it safe to grow and joyful to fail.
Oftentimes, a few of the seniors would end up staying, talking to her until like 10 o'clock, sometimes even 11 o'clock at night.
You know, we spent more time learning with you and laughing with you than we did in our own homes most nights in high school.
We were together all the time, and Mr. Carty really created an environment that we could just be ourselves.
For so many, it was a place where we could be ourselves, we could become ourselves.
You gave us a voice when we were missing one.
My high school experience would not be the same. I wouldn't have the same groups of friends if it wasn't for the theater program that you nourished.
Thank you for all that you did for me and for every one of those theater students.
Through that, we met each other, and now we're married. We played matchmaker, bringing my now husband, Nathan, in to help out backstage.
Without you, I wouldn't have met the love of my life, Samantha, who I've been with for 10 years now. Because we met doing a show, and I wouldn't be doing this without you. I'm really, really sure of that.
You've worked so hard, you've changed so many lives through the course of your career, and I am just so grateful to have spent 4 years learning from you.
All you need is that one person to, push you, motivate you, believe in you, and that's all that it takes to make a difference. And I think, speaking for myself, and I'm sure for many people, we're that one person.
I'm very proud to even be one minuscule person a part of that.
We were excellent because you believed in our excellence.
You've taught me to hold myself accountable, to work hard, do things from the heart, and to never make excuses.
You're the top. You're the Coliseum.
I carry that wisdom the best I can.
And everything that I've done since high school has ultimately because you molded us and shaped us and moved us in a way that we can't really, we'll never be able to really understand and fathom.
And I'm so incredibly grateful for all of that. And I really hope you know just how much of my life I owe to you. Whew.
I really want to thank you.
Not just for directing shows, but for directing us into young adults. I'm forever grateful.
Ms. Riccardi changed the trajectory of my life, and I wouldn't be where I am today without her.
Ms. Riccardi, you put so much love and hard work, dedication, passion into choir and into the theater department.
Never forget how appreciated you are and how amazing you are.
They are all the better for you, as am I.
Enjoy your retirement. I wish you and Harold the very best. I'm so glad you finally are on Facebook to where we can keep in touch more.
We wouldn't be together if it wasn't for her, so we thank you, Ms. Riccardi.
It's an amazing achievement, although again, I'm not convinced that you're truly retiring. I don't think you actually have it in you to stop doing what you absolutely love.
I doubt your impact will ever truly take a bow.
High Point does not deserve you, did not deserve you, and it's not their fault, because nobody deserves you. You're too good.
Thank you for all you've done for the High Point community.
And you know what? You created such a legacy.
I'm gonna miss knowing when Bath & Body Works is having a sale, and I'm gonna miss seeing her sister's cat's Halloween costumes.
It's really comforting to know that someone I look up to so much and respect so much is in my corner and supportive of me.
You, Harold Woods, Rose Riccardi, you know, all of you guys played such a huge part in my youth and my life.
If you're ever down visiting in Tampa, Florida, come visit me.
I hope our paths cross again soon.
As a famous cowardly lion once said, couldn't forget my face, could you?
I am emotional over this, and congratulations, Miss Riccardi. I cannot and will not call you Teresa. You are Miss Riccardi till the end.
You've really earned every minute of it.
I hope you enjoy that pension.
You deserve it.
I hope you can look back at your High Point years with joy.
I hope you get to go on some Broadway trips with you and Harold.
Nobody deserves retirement more than you. After putting up with all of us theater and choir geeks all of these years.
I have nobody else to thank but Ms. Riccardi.
I wish you all the best.
And we're gonna miss you so, so much.
You are one in a million.
There truly is no one like Mr. Riccardi.
We love you. Love you.
Love ya.
And congratulations on your retirement.